Okay. We'll start the meeting now. I can see the participant English speaking, but because this is a recording meeting, I'll go through quick statement in Arabic, then we can speak in English. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. حققت الشركة بفضل الله تعالى نتائج طيبة في عام 2024 في مختلف مجالات عملها، حيث كان أهم إنجاز للشركة هو فوزها في إعطاء منطقة امتياز 11,000 في شمال السلطنة، والتي تبلغ مساحتها حوالي 1438 كيلومتر مربع. كما تم تحقيق إنتاج جاوز 70,000 طن، وتم تحقيق صافي ربحية بلغت فوق المليون ريال عماني. هذه الأرباح تمثل حوالي 30% من رأس المال المدفوع، إلا أنها أقل من أرباح العام الماضي. أسباب انخفاض صافي الربحية عن العام الماضي هي قدم المناجم وانخفاض تركيز خام الكروم المنتج منها، ارتفاع تكاليف الإنتاج بسبب ارتفاع نسبة إزالة الصخور الحاضنة للخام، تأثر الشركة بالسيول الجارفة في مناطق عملياتها في النصف الأول من العام. بالرغم من هذه التحديات فقد تمكنت الشركة من تحقيق أرباح، وأيضا استمر العمل على تقوية وضع الشركة الحالي ووضع الخطط المستقبلية، مركزين على محاور رئيسية أهمها تنمية كفاءة الموارد البشرية والتركيز على الاستكشاف ودراسة استخدام تكنولوجيا جديدة للإنتاج مثل التعدين الجوفي. I will give summary in English about the 2024, very just high level brief. The company achieved good results in 2024 in different area. The most important achievement was the company was able to get the tender for concession 11A. We won that area. The area of this concession is around 1,438 kilometer in the north part of Oman. The company achieved also annual production of more than 70,000 tons in 2024. The profit was around 1 million riyal Omani. It was good profit, but it was less than the profit of last year. The main reason for decrease in the net profitability of the company compared to last year, the company mines are old, and the concessions of the chrome ore produced from low grade, and we have low grade ore produced from these areas. High production cost due to high stripping ratio. And third reason is the company was affected by the floods in the first half of the year. Despite these challenges, the company was able to achieve profits of around 30% of the paid up capital. The company is making its plan to strengthen its current position and developing its future plans, focusing in main area or main pillars, which is making strong human resources and competency of its workforce, focusing on exploration and studying using a new technology for our complex mine like underground mining. This is a brief summary about 2024 results, and we'll open for any discussion. So, colleagues, participants, if you have any questions, we can answer you. So, who's here in the platform? Sam and Mike.
Morning. Thank you. Thank you for the presentation. This is Abbas Muslimi from Vision Capital. I work as a portfolio manager with Vision. Can you talk a little bit about this Block A and, what sort of opportunity are you seeing here? And how soon can you realize, mining the actual chromite ore from here? Can you just talk a little bit about this?
Thanks, Abbas. The government changed its way of giving permits. It used to give small permits in the focus area where the ore is located, but last 3 years they changed the principle, and they give big areas, wide areas. The purpose of this to give more economy of scale. So almost each concession area more than 1,000 kilometers. The concession which we won, it's in the north part of Oman. We are, as Oman Chromite, working in the chromite for more than 30 years here. So we select that area. We we compete for it based on previous knowledge. The idea of the concession as agreement with the government that we are going to do the exploration, not only for chromite, for everything. So general exploration plus detailed exploration. So up to now, alhamdulillah, we have good result. I cannot announce as discovery because discovery have certain definition, technical definitions. But we have, we can call it prospect or occurrence, which encourage us to do further exploration in the area. Normally the cycle for the chromite around 2 years between the exploration until you make it to production. It can change to between 1.5 to 2.5, but in general it's around 2 years. So yes, we have a challenge in the short term, but we are optimistic about long term.
Thank you.
Uh,
Yes,
Clear?
sorry, sir. Please. Okay. Thank you for that. Very, very clear. So I guess even this year, so we'll go and, trying to explore, and by discovery, we should only be able to find out next year based on timeline that
It's
you gave, right? Logically.
You are right, yes. Time is tough for us. We try to find alternative solutions, accelerate the exploration, whatever we can do. We try to also develop old mines in different way, okay, like underground mining, which we want to introduce. So I can say it's challenge, but it's good challenge because make us stronger, actually, technically, because we are finding solutions here. Our expectation for the profit for this year and next year to be around 2024 results close. Where
Okay.
this big area later after these 2 years we expect a big increase in the let's say in the results or the total result of the production.
Right.
Having said that, we are working alternative plan. It's difficult to disclose it now because we are discussing with other concession owners that we're going to produce for them also. So maybe it will be positive surprise and also next year. Let's see.
Okay. So right now you have your current concession area that you've been mining, and 2022 was this. I think you mined close to 105,000 tons, and that number is close to 70 to 75 right now. Or are those numbers more or less correct
Look,
in terms?
yes, we expect to keep 70,000 production plus or
Right.
minus. Okay. With the getting the new technology, we try to keep the same production level.
Right.
The challenge will be maybe the ore become the quality of ore become let's call it more lighter. Okay.
Right.
But again, solution will come. It's just will not grow as what we plan in the speed. But after 2 years, we expect high growth.
Correct. So for the current concession, what is the reserve to production approximately ratio, or the
First,
reserves?
we don't call it concession. We call it permits, mining
Right.
permits.
Okay.
And in the mining, we have two things. We have reserve and we have resources. Okay.
Okay.
So reserve is the available up to now is only I have what for 2025. So what I plan to produce around 74,000 in 2025 is the reserve. Normally each year we adding reserve to which equal to the production.
Right.
So in simple language, I don't have reserve for 2026. I have too much resources.
Got it.
The resources around more than 200,000, but it need a new principle of working to make it economic. So around, if we manage to work with the underground mining plan or other new technology we are working now, even without the new area, we are going to unblock wider, let's say, resources with that we'll be able to convert it to resources.
Clear. And when you
It's
speak,
better challenging period now for us. Okay.
sure. Okay. So, sir, when you speak about these new technologies which will able to, for you to be able to sort of mine these resource. You're talking about 200,000 tons, and then in your management discussion, you mentioned that you've managed to keep your production costs at 32 below 32 real per ton. So with the new technology, are you seeing the production cost going up? And if yes, by how much?
No, it should not go up actually, because going up it will not be economic. That's why still it's resources. Okay. So the
Very
main
clear.
purpose that
Now I
yeah,
understand. Okay.
yeah.
Right. Okay. Yes, sir. Please. Yeah.
No, just for also the others. Normally, it's resources become reserve if that's feasible to produce either economically or also you have the permits, you have no issue with the surrounding area, all these things. So the main challenge for us is the cost, which is the if it's increasing, you reduce the margin and it become not economic to produce it. If we go for underground mining, we don't have to remove a big amount, we call stripping ratio. So we don't have to remove big amount of rocks or big volume of mountain to get small quantity. We call it a stripping ratio. So if the stripping ratio 1 to 5 means for each 1 ton I produce, I have to remove 5 tons of rocks. As older the mine, stripping ratio going upper and become more expensive. So we try to get underground mining because then underground mining you go directly to the ore. You don't have to remove the mountain above it.
Very clear. Got it. Understood. Thank you for that. In terms of
Thanks.
the price outlook, you mentioned that prices have gone down towards the end of 2024. Can you give a little bit more background in terms of how did prices behave throughout 2024 and where do you see the price outlook for chromium in 2025, sir?
Yeah, we notice slight increase now. Let's speak about 2024 was a low price. I don't have the figures in front of me, but it's increased by around 40% from beginning of 2024. Okay, to the peak, and then drop again. The prices at the end of 2024 was lower than the beginning of the year. It dropped too much actually, more than 50%. Now we notice a slight increase, so the price is going up, and in this market situation, it's very difficult to predict actually. It's too many factors, not only for chromite, for all the commodities. But in general, mid of the year, we see increase in the price. We don't expect the prices to come up to the 2024 levels. There's a lot of factors here, economy, global economy, China factor. But it will be comfortable. That's what we expect. So our challenge or our target is how to maintain our cost lower than what we have in 2024.
Clear. And in terms of, I was reading about this, and obviously you're the sector expert, and I was reading that there are different qualities of chromium ore, and the pricing is not one and the same for everything. So, from the quality of ore that you produce, what should the benchmark be? What is the global benchmark that we can track for us to get a better idea about prices on an ongoing basis?
Okay, this is a good question because it's we face problem in how to make the pricing of the ore. Okay, each ore is having different chemical composition, and then it's difficult to say what is the reference ore for the chromite. For
Right.
example, in the oil you have the Brent or all these things are
Correct.
applied. Here, the biggest producer is South Africa. They don't have the best quality, but because of their volume, they become like the reference in terms of the price of going up or down. Second is also the Middle Asia countries, Turkey and Kazakhstan. Okay, they are having higher grade, higher chemical, let's say, attractive composition. And they are also increasing their productions. I think the trend will be in the future to make like a basket of different countries ore, and then we can benchmark where we are from this basket. Up to now, there is no clear, let's say, methodology. It's just supply and demand
Understood.
principle.
Okay, can you then share what was the average sales price per ton of your ore last year, just historically?
Yeah, you can say it was 65 real.
Okay.
So, okay. And
Okay.
this year might come to 60 or even below 60.
Okay, that's very helpful. Okay. Thank you. So we can sort of look at that and then try and make sense of the different benchmarks that are available in the market. So what you're saying is you've kept a very good lid on your production costs. Your sales volume that you expect for 2025 should be more or less consistent with 2024. And you've already given some sort of a pricing guidance. There might be a 10% decline, depending on the 2024 average. So this is the year in store for you. And then you are excited about this new area that you've gained, almost 1,400, square kilometer. And that will become viable, inshallah, in the next couple of years. And then you're also saying that you're not just looking at chromium, that you're looking at other mining, other minerals. Is that correct as well?
Yeah, the concession, the terms of the concession that we obligate or we have to explore everything, not only the chromite.
Okay.
Uh, we are specialized, we have experience in the chromite. So if you found, uh, for example, the copper, okay.
Right.
Of course, we,
Mm.
we first will do the initial exploration activities, and then we have the right to bring any party who is expert in the copper to joint venture with us. At that time, we'll decide, are we going to enter joint venture or we can sell the full area of the copper to them. That's a new principle in Oman actually. And we are hopefully we found also indication of copper there. To give you idea, the copper is long investments, it's long-term investment. When I told you the cycle for the chromite 2 years, for the copper might be 5 to 7 years between
Okay.
exploration to the production, and heavy investment.
Okay. This helps. This helps. Can we speak about the low carbon ferrochrome project that went live last year? I remember you had spoken about this in the previous call as well. And then in the first year itself, you managed to break even and in fact make profits. What is the outlook for this particular business for you?
No, its outlook is good actually. The unless there is a big drop in the market, up to now the things going right. We start with one furnace. Now this second year we'll switch on the second furnace now in 2025. The principle here is just to make it in a higher grade. So we use the ore. We take it to the furnace and convert it to the ferrochrome. We start with the premium here, low carbon ferrochrome, which is more premium than high carbon ferrochrome. Currently, just to give you, to make it clear, currently we are importing chrome from outside, the ore, I mean, and silicon chrome from China, converted to low carbon ferrochrome and sell it. We start with this project because keep in mind for the future, we'll add one more line to make the raw material, make Omani or let's say fits to be a feed for this plant. So it's very good model if we continue with it. We
Understood.
are minor here. We have 20% shares in this project, so we just enter for a purpose of building experience for us as Oman Chromite in the furnace business or in the ferrochrome business. In the future, we have to see what we are going to decide, either to increase our percentage or continue with it and make the plant bigger.
Understood. Clear.
And the main
Thank
focus
you.
for us, main business focus now for us as Oman Chromite is the exploration of the new area. Because as
Correct.
more you know about your ore, as better you can plan for the future.
And those costs, those exploration costs are all capitalized, right? They're not expensed, is it? Like,
Yeah,
will it be
yeah,
on
we,
the...
yeah, we capitalize it, yes. Okay.
Okay, so you will not see a P&L impact, a profit and loss impact this year.
This year should not.
And
Uh,
from a cash flow point of view, how much expenses are you looking at, exploratory expenses on an annual basis
yeah, around 1 million Real Omani. That's our commitment.
for this year and next year each?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
And when
And
we
you,
capitalize, we have to keep healthy things. We don't capitalize without reason. So there
of
is
course,
capitalization, of course. There is something, either data, which is equivalent or fair value of the data. Okay,
Right.
or there is a good indication of exploration that can encourage more expenditure and then more capitalization.
And how are you going to fund this million real for the next 2 years? It's
Now
million
we
real
have,
per, is it, sorry, sir. Is it million
yeah,
real per year? Is it million this year and million next year?
yes, yes. Our commitment is 4.5 million real per for 5 years
Okay.
with the okay.
Okay.
Most likely we're going to spend more because when you find targets, and we already have some, let's say call it target, you spend in exploration as minimum requirement by government, but normally you spend more. Because when
Okay.
you do proper exploration program, you will have better mining plan, so you reduce the mining cost. So it's 4.5 minimum. We are financed by our internal resources now. We have cash
Uh,
in the in the company, but
right.
with the if we want to grow, I think we will need not I think it's just we know we will need working capital. Okay.
Okay.
So if I found discovery and I want to switch from, let's say, level of 70,000 to 300,000
Right.
in long term, I will not need it. But if I want to do it fast in 3 years' time, for example, I will need cash for working capital.
Okay. And at no point are you looking at rights issue or private placement in the next couple of years. You feel your internal cash flow, with the cash you have, the balance sheet, the debt you have the potential to raise, you will be comfortable meeting these obligations on your own.
I think we'll be better positioned to discuss this next year, all
Okay.
based on the discovery. Because if the discovery is high, I think I will approach the shareholders with the proper or with the proper plan based on facts, based on the data. And because now you cannot ask for increased money without really having a plan, huh? Solid plan.
Very clear.
So the money we have now is enough for the exploration. Okay,
Right.
for this, give us good indication about what the potential of the area.
Thank you. You've been so, I mean, thank you very much. You've been very, very helpful. It's always a pleasure interacting with you. All the best to
Thank
you, sir. Thank you.
No, thank you for your interest, you and your colleagues here. I think it's mining need attention. It's happening in Oman. Last 30 years, there was no true exploration in the country. So the mountains which you can see in my background is virgin. It's just need more exploration. So we are optimistic. And my advice, keep eye on it. I think as soon exploration starts to turn on, this sector might be very big positive surprise for the country.
So because
Okay.
because you're the expert now that I was reflecting on something as you were speaking. You're saying that there's still you use the word virgin in the sense that it's still untapped, right? The potential of Oman as a mining destination. So my question is that when it comes to this particular concession area of 1,400 plus square kilometer, has the government offered you multiple blocks, and based on your experience and your pre-geological studies, are there some areas more suitable or with more potential than the others? Or the government gives you this area? I'm obviously not an expert in the mining profession, and I want to understand how this works. So, do they give you five, six blocks and you choose one of them, or they give you this block? That's my question. How do these work?
No, the government every year issue tender, okay, or bid actually for auction. Last year or actually year and a half, they announced four concessions. One in the north of Oman and three in the east part of Oman in the Sharqiyya. We again is bidding in process. So we put our weight and our commitment in this north part of Oman because of our knowledge about the area. We are in the country compared to somebody from outside, and also we just is logistic advantage of the area as well because it's close to the port. So that's why we put more value for more price for the area, and government give to us based on the auction results, commercial plus technical capability, because they have to check
Okay.
who's taking the area for 5 years, have to be able to do proper explorations.
And what does this tender involve? The technical side I understand, but the commercial terms, what is the government looking at from your point of view? Is it
It's they're looking for how much you will spend more now, how
okay?
much you commit to spend, because if you block the area for 5 years, you have to commit for, like, for example, I commit 4.5 millions. Okay, I
Okay.
understand my commitment was higher than the other my competitors, and this 4.5 a year. If I do nothing, the government will take the money from us as a cash. So there is a binding term that's I have to spend the 4.5 million. Okay.
Okay,
So
got it.
it's through
Then
the incentive
there
plan.
is no negotiation on royalty or taxes. That's not what you're bidding for effectively. Then you can
Uh,
offer more than someone else. That's not the terms of the tender. It's more about how much you're willing to spend to explore that area.
Yeah,
It's on,
for
it's
beginning, it was that's the main way. It was for the exploration. There was for because what they did in the model of government, the royalties to be discussed after the discovery.
okay. So the royalty discussion has not happened yet. But typically, what is the royalty in the sector
10%.
from the sales?
What govern yeah of the sales plus
And so you
1% they take it as what they call social
okay,
contribution, so a total 11%. But the government this time, it was for the old way 10 plus 1 fixed. Now they
okay,
keep it open because that depends on how feasible the project. Okay.
okay,
It's
okay,
complex system. They make it okay if the project will not be feasible with 10. So for example, it will be feasible with 5. They will be
right,
open to allow this. Okay.
excellent, okay,
But at the same time, there will be they call it there will be base royalty. For example, if the royalty made and the project become economic based on $200 per
right,
ton, but
okay,
the market later on become $300. So
right.
the project become more feasible. The government say no. At that time, they will increase the royalty. There is some equation in this.
And they will, if the prices fall to $100, let's say, they'll decrease the royalty also.
I hope, but normally it doesn't work this way.
Oh,
Okay,
wow.
it's a
Okay.
challenge. It's a
Okay.
challenge. Yeah.
Okay. Understood. Clear. Thank you. Thank you. It's always good to talk
Thanks,
to you. We
Abbas.
learn so
Thank you.
much about the sector.
Thank you. All the best, inshallah. Any other question from other
Yes, hi
participant?
sir. Am I audible?
Yes, yes, we can hear you.
Yes. Hi, this is Shaul from Vision Capital. Sir, I just had a couple of questions regarding your 2024 revenue. We saw that there is a decline in this year's or in 2024's revenue, and you've cited the reason that this decline was due to the prices. Now, what sort of if I go into your notes, that there is a significant decline in the export sales. You mentioned that your current year's production would be close to the last year's production. What about the sales? And I have also seen that there is a good chunk of inventory that you have kept on your balance sheet. So, what is the volume of sales that you are expecting this year?
No, this year we want to keep, normally we keep inventory, yes, for any let's say, emergency. Around 40,000 tons we try to keep the level of the inventory. And we want to sell, our sales will be equal to the production. So around 75, something like this. We can perhaps plus or minus, depends on what we want to achieve as more PL, or also we want to see the market condition. Maybe sometimes we expect the price to go up, so we don't sell. This is we review this tactics, what they call it, every quarter, and we take decisions.
Right, and I also seen that there is a lot of working capital stuck here in this year. So, did you expect some of that to be released to ease some pressure on your cash flows?
What do you mean by working capital? If you
So, there's a million reals of working capital stuck this year only. Out of which close to 800,000 was in the receivable. So I was wondering if this is some payment from some related party or something that your cash is stuck in.
no, we guess because sometimes at the end of the year, if you sell very high, we are selling under secure terms, so the money coming to us and straight after the sales. We don't have money in the market. Normally secured by LC, which does not exceed more than maximum 90 days. The rest is paid against cash. Sometimes at the end of the year, if you sell high quantity, because to the moment the ship arrive to the port in China, for example, or to the client, that's the value of the floating amount.
Right. And sir, another question from my side. This is on the understanding of the business. So, obviously, your sales are very much connected to international pricing of the commodity. But since you are mining, your costs are not, that volatile, right? Your costs would be consistent. Is that correct?
Well, yeah, we cannot control the market price. We have to live with it. Okay. So if there's big drop, we have to accept that the profit will go lower. But at the same
Yes.
time, we as a company, we have to always ensure we are lower cost than our competitors to keep us in comfortable position in the cost curve. And that's actually the main driver here for us. One of the main things can reduce the cost is the new technology, what we are just speak about it before. And second
Yes.
thing is increasing the production. So we have to run forward. We have to produce more, so our unit cost will be lower.
Okay, so you are being by more efficient, obviously you will get the per ton cost down. If you're
I
producing
did not.
more, so your efficiency will increase. Right. Okay.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. No, and the efficiency of the things. When you speak about new technology, not only underground, for example, even the efficiency of the blasting, for example, we
Hmm.
want to bring a new blasting method in Oman. If the more you spend in the blasting, the less you spend in the overall cost, for example. This is normally the rule. Sometimes if you bring expensive blasting technology, but can reduce our work on the breaking the mountain by the mechanical. This is one of the main driver for our reducing the cost for this year, actually.
Right. And so, what is the cost that is, incurred on actually after you get the ore from the mine, you have to process it and then sell it. So, what's that processing? Is that like something that there's some additional chemicals involved, or something that you import and then it's supplier on that, or is it just in the raw form exported to the?
It is, look, in the mining, after removing the rocks from the mine, let's call it, or the ore from the mine, we call it run of mine, ROM. So after run
Okay.
of mine, we're making this mechanical sorting or manual also by breaking the rocks, let's say manual removing of the waste. We realize this is not feasible with the increasing in the production now.
Hmm.
So recently we decide to buy automatic, let's call it, or automatic sorting machine, which work in the technology of the X-ray. This will enable us to, let's say, clean the rocks or remove the waste in faster way. I don't call it, still we don't call it beneficiation, it's sorting. Okay.
Hmm.
So this is only, that's the good development can happen and enable us to grow our production while keeping the QC or the quality control in the right way. This machine is, we just signed the purchase order to buy it and supposed to reach us in the, let's say, second half this year. The impact of it will be in the next year in terms of increasing the profitability and reduce the cost of the sorting. Second things is also we are thinking about how to increase the grades by adding beneficiation plants.
Hmm.
Beneficiation plants that can take, for example, the ore, which is its concentration very low, like the ore of below 24, which has no market price. And then after grinding and let's say doing gravity sorting, it will goes to around 20 degree above. So it will be like 24 to be like 41 or 42 or 44. This is we are studying this and there's a lot of factors. It's not only about buying the equipment, it's where to make it, what is the best logistic place to keep this wash plant or beneficiation concentration plant, what they call it, is under study now. So just to make it simple for you, currently we are producing and sell it and sort it and then sell it in form of rocks. The future plan is to make it also concentrated ore,
Right. To increase the quality, obviously, too. Right.
increase the
Makes
quality,
sense, sir.
yes. And
Now, my final question regarding the the sector would be that obviously this is a commodity business, and there are some very high margins that are that I have not seen in any other commodity business. Is it so that Oman is blessed, and so we have some very high quality chromium here, and then you are able to sell it at a premium, or like is it something? I mean, these high margins, would you be able to explain it to us, sir?
Well, look, the efforts to mine low quality or high quality is same. So you're right. If you are lucky and you have high grade, then yeah, you are lucky, so you have better profits. If you have lower grade, you have to do some investments to make it to increase the grade. In Oman now, I cannot saying if we have high grade or we don't have because we are doing the exploration. There is indication of good grade, okay, and also the
Okay.
low grades. If that comes, of course, we will decide where to produce first, all these things, what is the best plan for long and short and long-term plans. It's too early. I don't think Oman will be big surprise in terms of quality, but maybe if in terms of the volume. Okay. And if we
Right.
have a good volume, okay, then we have good scale of economy to make all what we put in mind as increase the concentration or whatever we can do.
Right, inshallah. So what you're saying is that we have good quality, we just need good numbers to, be able to consistently keep producing this. Right,
It's
it
all
makes
to do with
sense.
the scale, huh? Economy of a scale. As more scale you have, you can do a lot of things. If you have small mines,
Yes,
that's what was the driver of the government to remove the old way of giving small permits and give big concession, so the concession owner can plan better and can invest better.
right, makes sense. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Sahul. Any other questions from the colleagues? If no questions, then we'll conclude the meeting. Thank you very much. First was very good discussion. And hopefully, with results of exploration for next year or next meeting, I will be having more, let's say, data that we can speak about future plan in more structured way or more clear way. So thank you very much for your interest. Keep eye on the mining. I think mining in Oman can be a new story for the country. Thank you very much.